So back in the early days of Warframe, there was this crazy movement trick called coptering. It wasn't something the devs planned. Players just kinda discovered it by accident. Basically, if you jumped and swung your melee weapon mid-air, your Warframe would suddenly rocket forward, almost like you were being launched by your weapon. It looked ridiculous, but it worked. You'd spin across rooms, fly through hallways, and clear entire maps faster than anyone running normally. The way it worked was all about weapon speed and attack animations. Some melee weapons had special attack patterns that caused your frame to move forward a lot during the swing. When you combined that with momentum from jumping, it would multiply the forward speed and send you flying. Fast weapons like the dual Zorans, Torpedo, or Skoliak were perfect for it. You'd just jump, spin attack, and whoosh, your Warframe would zip across the map like a helicopter blade, which is why people called it coptering. Players started to master it really quickly. You'd see people chaining copters from one jump to another, basically gliding through entire missions without touching the ground. It became part of Warframe's identity. Speedrunners loved it, casuals used it to have fun, and it kind of showed how creative the player base was at finding ways to break the game's physics. It wasn't balanced or intended, but it made Warframe feel fast and wild in a way few games did back then. Eventually, though, Digital Extremes decided to retire it when they added Parkour 2.0 in 2015. They wanted a smoother, more controlled movement system instead of one that relied on weird physics bugs. That's when bullet jumping, aim gliding, and wall dashing became the new norm. It changed how players moved forever. Everything became cleaner and more flexible, but some people still missed that old chaotic energy. To this day, older players still talk about coptering with nostalgia. It was silly, unpolished, and completely broken, but it gave Warframe a kind of charm that you can't really recreate. It's one of those things that made the game's early days special, when movement felt like pure freedom, even if it wasn't supposed to work that way. Well, for those who still can't get over about the removal of coptering in Warframe, 2025 might be the year when you get those nostalgic feeling back, as Digital Extremes just casually revive coptering in Warframe, and it's coming in the next update. So, Digital Extremes just dropped some wild details about the upcoming Warframe named Uriel, and honestly, this one might be something special. He's part of the Old Peace update, which is coming later this year, and during the latest dev stream, the devs gave us a sneak peek at what he can do. Uriel's theme mixes this fiery, infernal vibe with a twist. He's got 3 demonic companions that follow him around, each with its own unique effect on how he plays. It's like having a personal squad of mini-bosses floating at your side, backing you up in every fight. But the real highlight, the part that instantly caught every veteran player's attention, is his first ability. When activated, Uriel covers himself in flames and enters this blazing flight mode. And get this, it basically lets you copter again. Yep, coptering is back, just in a brand new form. When you bullet jump in this state, Uriel stays airborne, flying forward in a fiery spin that looks straight out of the old melee launch days. It's not exactly the same physics as the classic bug, but it gives that same feeling of chaotic, high-speed movement that old players used to love. In the dev stream, they showed how you can keep chaining jumps while gliding and shooting mid-air, almost like becoming a living meteor. It's fast, smooth, and it totally captures that nostalgic, fly-across-the-map energy. The ability is designed to give you freedom of movement while still letting you fight, which is something Warframe hasn't really nailed since the Parkour 2.0 update replaced the old coptering trick. It's not just a movement buff either. It's clearly tied into Uriel's overall kit, since his demonic companions react and enhance what he does while in this mode. Those companions, by the way, aren't just for show. Uriel's got 3 infernal allies. Their names are something like Vithalus, Catnock, and a bird-type summon that hasn't been fully revealed yet. Each one influences how Uriel's abilities behave, or when certain prompts appear in combat. From what the devs said, there's a sort of prompt system that rewards you for syncing your actions with your companion's cues. It's like rhythm-based gameplay baked into his powers. You do what they signal, and Uriel gets even stronger. What's cool is that all of this ties into the Old Peace Update's new story. Uriel isn't just some random addition. He's part of a side story called the Devil's Triad, which also introduces proto-frames based on Harrow and Wisp. The update itself takes place in a post-Orokin setting and dives into the events between the Orokin and Sentients. The devs said this story is more personal and character-driven, and it sounds like Uriel's infernal theme connects deeply with that lore. It's not just another frame drop, it's part of a major world-building moment. So yeah, Uriel might be the most exciting Warframe reveal in a long time. He brings back that beloved speed-based movement from Warframe's early years, gives it a fresh coat of fire, and wraps it in a story that actually matters. For players who missed the raw fun of zipping through missions like a spinning blender, Uriel's first ability is a full-circle moment. Coptering may have been gone for nearly a decade, but now it's back, reborn in flames. It's kind of funny. Even though Uriel's full kit hasn't been revealed yet, people are already hyped just from what we saw in the dev stream. The devs only showed his first ability, the one that lets him soar through the air like a fiery comet, but that alone says a lot. Movement abilities have always been a big deal in Warframe, and Uriel's version feels like a blend of freedom, speed, and style. You can tell he's built for fast-paced gameplay, the kind of frame that keeps you moving non-stop instead of standing still casting abilities. What makes this even more exciting is the potential of what could come next. If his other abilities end up adding damage, crowd control, or even area clearing power, then we might be looking at a real meta changer. Imagine if his flame mode wasn't just for travel, but also boosted his attack power or left trails of fire that melt enemies as he dashes through them. That kind of kit would make him not just a speed frame, but also a hybrid between mobility and offense. Something we don't have much of, outside a few exceptions. And honestly, if his kit leans toward being a caster-style Warframe, kind of like Nako, things could get crazy. Nako's abilities brought that high-energy, ability spam playstyle that people love, fast, flashy, and effective. If Uriel taps into that same design but adds the mobility factor, he could easily outpace most frames in clearing missions. Pair that with the new movement he brings, and he'd dominate in both open world and regular mission runs. That's why a lot of players already see Uriel as a strong contender for the next Speed King. Wukong has held that title for years with his Cloudwalker and clone builds, but Uriel might finally have the right mix of power and pace to compete. Even without seeing his full kit, that first ability alone puts him on everyone's radar. If Digital Extremes nails the rest of his design, we might be witnessing the rise of Warframe's next meta favorite. Fast, fiery, and just plain fun to play. But again, these are just pure speculations, and let's hope that it's real.